Hey there, welcome to another episode of Cooking with Violet Vixen. It's time to make dinner. I've got some veggies, which I'm doing as a side dish to go with this recipe. You can use veggies of your choice or you can use pasta. So my veggies of choice are the little chat potatoes, sweet potato, and Dutch carrots. They've just been in the oven for half an hour, and that was the noise to say check on them. I've also got some broccolini, so trying to have a few extra veggies. But the main dish is called veal steaks with mushrooms and bacon. So here's what we need. It will serve 4. So come on in. I'm going to show you what we're using. So the stuff in the oven's going to be okay because potatoes take a million years to cook. You will need a frying pan. So don't go for a shallow frying pan, go for a deep one. 1 onion, which we've sliced, which is that one. Half a cup of red wine. I just went into Aldi and actually brought red wine. So you don't need anything super fancy unless you're planning on drinking the rest of it with it. Half a cup. 500-gram pasta sauce with roasted garlic and onion. Now, it was really hard for me to find one with both, but most of them put onion in them anyway. So this one has roasted garlic. It says roasted garlic on it. So that one I got from where I work. There is also 500 grams of thin veal steaks. My butcher messaged me and he said he couldn't get veal. So I had to go and buy it. That is 400 grams, but that's what I had to go and buy last night. How horrible. They should be fine though. So I'm 100 grams short, but there is 4 pieces in there, I think. So that's okay. At least I've got them. 6 short cut bacon rashers diced. I had to go and buy that as well because I asked him for the bacon and he didn't bring it. All good. 150 grams of button mushrooms. Now, we didn't have button mushrooms the day that I went to buy them, and I didn't know I was working today, so I technically could have got it all today. These are Swiss brown mushrooms. And 150 grams of cup mushrooms, which you cut up. All right, so the other things I'm using is, as I said, I've got the veggies in the oven and broccolini. I've got 2 bunches of broccolini because I figured broccolini is really popular, and I guess in a way it's the new broccoli. Don't quote me on that, but it's pretty good. There's not much wastage on that. Anyway, we're going to dive right in because I am starving, and let's go get our frying pan ready. Okay, so I always like to spray everything because it's easier when it comes to washing up. I'm going to pop a little bit of olive oil in here. Now, my olive oil is getting lower and lower, and I really don't want to have to buy any unless I have to. Even though it lasts me a long time, it's just the fact that it's so expensive. And I'm probably not going to buy Aldi's olive oil again as well, so I basically need to work a little bit longer to pay for a bottle of olive oil. All right, we're going to put the veal steaks in. Yeah, I think there's 4 in there. They're not bad. They're fine. So at least it's easy to work out who's getting what because it's basically 1 piece each. You'll also need a flipper, and you will need a wooden spoon later. So we're going to pop these in first. Now, these really don't take long to cook because they're as thin as. This is one reason why I don't like buying stuff not from the butcher. So much waste of plastic stuff. Oh, they gave me a free one. Look at that. Now, I probably should be trying to put these in not this way, but I don't think it's going to matter that much. I don't know if that can be recycled, but I'll check that out in a minute. So grab yourself a plate to put these on when we take them out. We've got to keep them warm. So the good thing is while the oven's on, technically it will keep it warm because I can just sit it straight on top where I've got it now. I changed my mind about the egg flip to flip the steaks over. Probably easier with tongs. So we're basically just browning them because they are going back in. Oh, it's okay. I was going to say, tell me I've got the right one on, but I have. Okay. I can hear my potatoes sizzling away. I found some basil infused oil in the pantry, and I thought I'm going to use that because that way it will save my olive oil. So I'm going to use that up because I don't know how long I've had that for, but it'll be fine though. So I'm just trying to use things up in the pantry as well, but this will be good. I'm looking forward to actually having a proper meal. So while they're sizzling away, I'm just going to quickly get the veggies out because I put the timer on for 30 minutes. Ooh, look at them. They're sizzling away beautifully. So that's our baby carrots, our little chat potatoes, and sweet potato. I'm not even going to turn them over or stab them because they clearly want longer. So I'm going to put the timer on for a little bit longer on those. Okay. So any that are browned, let's take them out. That'll be all right, that little bit for now. Now, as I said, it will serve 4. I'm going to be putting 2 in the freezer, 2 servings. So therefore, the 2 servings that are going in the freezer, I don't really need them to be super cooked through. That one will do. If you don't like veal, you can probably substitute your veal for steak, which nearly was going to be the option if I couldn't find these. But I cheated. I used the Woolies app and then I used the Coles app and found Coles had it. So I thought, you know what? It's a one-off. I'll just grab it and that's it. So we take that out. Then we're going to add the mushrooms and the bacon and the onion. So let's get our mushrooms in. Now this time we probably want to turn it down a little bit. We'll turn it down to halfway. Let's get our onion and let's get our bacon. With the broccolini, I'm just going to do it in the microwave. So now we need our stirring stick. And we're just going to set the veal aside because that will be going back in. That's why I said to make sure that you've got plenty of room in here. Might just drizzle a little bit more olive oil in. I don't want to, but I will. Okay, so we're going to cook this until for about 5 minutes or until the mushrooms are just tender. Now, as I said, normally I can get button mushrooms, but I've used the Swiss brown. Swiss brown are about the same. So if you can't get either, you can always just get the really big field mushrooms and cut them up. It doesn't really matter, just get some yummy mushrooms into it. Alright, so we're going to saute it for about 5 minutes and then we will be back. Okay, so now it's time to put in our pasta sauce, which is actually one made in Italy, so good stuff. We're going to put this one in and then we're going to deglaze the jar with our red wine. So put your red wine in, you pop the lid on and you shake it up. And that is how we deglaze our jar. In it goes. Oh, yum. Look at that. All right, now we want to simmer this for about 5 minutes and it should start to thicken. Oh, wow, it's even got little baby cherry tomatoes in it. Obviously, whole cherry tomatoes. So I recommend you get something good. We have a lot of pasta sauces, and as I said, I found one with roasted garlic. Wow, that looks really good. I mean, unless you're going to make your own pasta sauce, that actually does look really, really good. All right, so bring it to the boil, simmer it for about 5 to 10 minutes until reduced and slightly thickened, and then we're going to put the veal back in. Okay, so we're bubbling away, and just a few more minutes, and then we're going to put the veal back in. So our 10 minutes is up, so let's just put our veal back on top. Basically, you just want that to be infused into it. All right. I'll check on my veggies in a moment because I've had nearly an hour. All right. I just cover it like that. Okay, so the veggies are done and I'm ready to dish up. So let's go. Okay, so there we have it. Veal steaks with mushrooms and bacon with veggies. Nice and healthy. Thank you for watching this episode of Cooking with Violet Vixen. I'll catch you on the next adventure. Bye.